What is going on, guys? This is Miasin. So we just got some new Silent Enforcer cards announced in Legacy of Destruction, which is again the Yugi set. Now, yesterday I've made a video on the new Melodious support, but you know, at the end of the day, Melodious is Melodious, right? It was a garbage deck that ended up getting really good support, but Silent Enforcer, on the other hand, is already very good. It's already tier 1, so if it's getting new support, it's pretty interesting. And also, shoutouts to YG Organization for changing their layout. I don't know, I guess you can change the theme if you want to. Anyways, we're going to be reviewing these cards right here. I don't think we have like too much to cover, so I don't think this is going to be a super long video. But still, before this video starts, you already know the drill. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. And now let's get right into it. Alright, so again, remember that Silent Enforcer is already tier 1, so all the new support is going to just boost the deck even more. The first card is Saphira, the Silent Enforcing Deity of Dragons, Light Dragon, level 7, 2550 attack. Okay, shoutouts to Evil Storm Ophion, such an inconvenient attack stat for most decks. You can ritual summon this card with Silent Enforcing Blessing. With that being said, you can't actually search this with pre-prep because the monster has to be mentioned on the ritual spell, not the other way around. It's not gonna work. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is ritual summoned, then you have Novox, the Silent Enforcer or Disciple, on your field or graveyard. Novox is the level 1, by the way, the one that places the Silent Enforcer or spell or trap from your deck to your field. You can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card, so this is the exact same effect as the original Saphira. The only thing that's different is the activation requirement. That's it, that's all. Draw 2 cards, by the way, and then discard 1 card. Obviously, it doesn't really add that much to your deck because you might already be playing Extravagance and Prosperity, so that's kind of my issue. You're not going to be able to use the effect, obviously, when you ritual summon it if you had to go through one of those spot cards, so that kind of sucks for me. As obviously, this card will not replace Novox just with this effect, right? Anyways, when an attack is declared involving your Light Warrior or Dragon Ritual monster, you can discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Again, I feel like I've seen this before. Again, the second effect of Saphira. But it only works if an attack is declared involving your Ritual monster. So whether you're getting attacked or whether you're attacking, same thing. And finally, once per turn during your opponent's end phase, very specifically, you can add 1 light monster from your graveyard to your hand. So more often than not, you will be recycling back your Effect Veilers, or your Nibiru's, or your Diviner of the Heralds, or maybe even Novox, or the Saphira main deck monster, the better version of this card. The Saphira main deck monster is basically a pre-prep, actually. It searches your monster, and it kind of sets you for a ritual summon by dumping the ritual spell and then mimicking the effect of the ritual spell by allowing you to ritual summon. It's better because it bypasses anti-spell. But yeah, no, it's this is a cool effect, obviously, but it only works on your opponent's end phase, which kind of sucks a little. Would have been nice if it was on your end phase, would have been a little better. But I mean, that's fine, right? Like, you Veiler your opponent and then right away you get it back, and then you can't use it on your own turn, obviously. But it's not the end of the world. Again, a card that can do 3 things is very nice, unlike Saphira, which only does 1 thing. The original one, the level 6 one. Because Saphira makes you choose between 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. Whereas this one, no. You can use that effect right away, and then that effect on, like, also right away, like on the battle phase. And then that effect, like, on your opponent's end phase, but still. 1 monster can use... it can cycle back, it can cycle through 2 effects, like, permanently, almost, while it's on the field. And then this effect, I mean, it's only when it's ritual summoned. Well, I mean, if it's ritual summoned, oh... But yeah, it's a cool effect. Again, though, because of the conflicting with Prosperity, this effect is less good than you might want to believe. But there might be a world in which the Silent Enforcer deck could be played with the Horus engine, and I have a very good reasoning behind that, and I will be down to make a video on it very soon. So yeah, if you want my Silent Enforcer spice, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash the like button. Anyways, the last card, well, the second card, but also the last, is Silent Enforcing Blessing, a continuous spell. So in other words, it is placeable off of Novox, the level 1, the really good card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So you can target one of your Silent Force cards that is banished or in your grave, except itself, add it to your hand. I really like that. This fixes so many issues with the deck, it's not even funny. This is clearly a one-of in your deck, but like in a good way. Like not a one-of as in, oh, it's really bad. But a one-of as in, like, it's gonna be nice because it's easy to get. Obviously, it's a Silent Enforcer continuous spell, so the Novox can place it. And you can always place cards on your turn and on your opponent's turn, which I also really like. But this card getting you the recursion from the banished is very relevant as well. That's kind of insane, actually. So I am a big fan. But yeah, you can recycle back your Silent Force continuous trap that destroys cards on your opponent's field. So now you're gonna feel less bad about having to give up on it, which means that this deck has like an infinite grind game. Well, not really, because if this card dies, then you can't recycle it, but you can't recycle it, but it's not the end of the world. It's almost like an infinite grind game, as long as this card doesn't get out of the field. Anyways, if a non-ritual monster is normal or special summon face up, like any player, like your opponent could summon a non-ritual monster, which is extremely easy because who the hell ritual summons anyways outside of Silent Enforcer? Nobody. You can ritual summon one Light Warrior or Dragon ritual monster from your hand by treating monsters from your hand and or field whose total level equal or exceed that monster's level, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Now this looks irrelevant, but it's actually extremely relevant because the other Silent Enforcer continuous spell, I forgot the name because I'm stupid. Hold on a second. Oh my god. I play this deck so much too. I have like over 20 or 30 hours of a gameplay with it. Silent Enforcing Barrier. Yeah, that card makes it so that your opponent cannot target your monsters or light monsters with card effects while you control Novox and the level 1. No, sorry, I'm stupid. The level 1 is Novox. Novox and any light ritual monster. And also, your opponent has to attack your ritual monsters. He can't attack anything else. Which is insane because if he can only attack the ritual monster and it can't be destroyed by battle, you got yourself a little soft lock. So that's actually kind of neat, and the fact that you can ritual summon on your opponent's turn means that you can play Typhon in a very interesting way now, because you really don't mind not being able to be, you don't mind being locked for the rest of the turn. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be too bad. Like worst case, like if you can't summon anything for the rest of the turn, you just activate that and then you pass turn, and then on your opponent's turn you keep playing. And in the OCG, I feel like this is going to fix so many issues, because now if you get max seed, you don't care. You just go pass. And then on their turn, you do the same thing. You just keep playing. So this deck is going to be very... it's going to be much better because of this card, very specifically. I think this is like the really, really insane card. The Saphira is not bad. Again, it depends on the build that you're playing. The only thing that I'm really looking at is the fact that you're only getting the recursion back on your opponent's end phase, and then this is not always the best. And again, ritual summoning the skull, the skull guardian, whatever, the one that searches is always much better usually. I mean, it's a searcher and an omni negate, so can't really go wrong there. But this card is definitely very nice going second, I want to say, so that's pretty cool. And again, getting you like such a good grind game is very nice as well. This deck has a lot of very good matchups, by the way, in case you didn't know. But yeah, this card is just like, oh my god, beautiful. I'm a huge fan. And yeah, you can actually use both effects in the same turn. So that's even better, right? It's not like the shitty level 6 Saphira that you can only use one effect. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts about all these, oh my god, all of them. Both of these cards in the comment section. Do you think they're going to be having a huge impact on Silent Enforcer, which is already, again, a very good deck? I believe that there is a lot of potential to be, discovered with the Silent Enforcer deck. It's not a deck that people have really tried doing spicy things with, even though I actually think it can do so much because your engine doesn't really lock you under anything. It's not like you can only summon ritual monsters for the rest of the turn or something. You can technically mix it with anything. And the deck doesn't inherently lose to Nibiru and stuff like that. It might lose to Droll every now and then because it's pretty consistent. It has a lot of search cards. But you can still bypass Droll in a few ways. You can easily play around Valor or Imperm. There are so many ways to do that. Either Saravis or Trias Hierarcha. And yeah, again, the deck is very nice at doing just a bunch of things. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.